What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. We are in here tonight with Financially Free D. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all come up into this chat, but before I introduce her, I'm gonna play a little quick video for you guys because I want you to know DJ the Money Coach, Plenty of Money, Peace of Mind, sent this beautiful young lady up to us today. So let me play this video for y'all while y'all come in and drop your city and state in the chat.
Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach, and I want to introduce you to one of the departments of the 7 Spheres of Money DJ the Money Coach team. The most important one for you right now, the recession-proof in 2023, is business credit. This person, at the young age of 29, exited corporate America, created herself a 6-figure income, and built over $250,000 worth of business credit in 12 months. She literally created $100,000 in 6 months, did it interest-free for 18 months. And over the past 9 months, she has helped me raise over $100,000 to acquire a barbershop and another waste management company with strong cash flow. So if you want to become financially free with 800 credit scores, just like me, then the only way to do it is with Financially Free D, and she can get you free in 2023. See you in the masterclass.
All right, Financially Free D. Listen, you guys are coming in. I want y'all dropping your city and state in the chat. So far, Atlanta is showing up big tonight. Birmingham, Alabama, Georgia, more Georgia, and of course, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, listen, hey, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience because I love letting people kick it off and talk about themselves.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to put my glasses on to let you know that
The
I'm serious. The
glasses.
glasses. I have to pull the glasses out. So, speaking of Atlanta, hello, Atlanta. That is where I left, actually, my corporate job to move back to my hometown on the West Coast, which is the opposite of what you preach, Erica. You say move to the South, the Southeast, and leave the West Coast. But for me, I had to do the opposite. So, a little bit about myself. I entered the corporate world at the age of 18. So I worked in business finance for over a decade. And my last position was as a business financial auditor. So I learned an array of how business works in corporate. So I worked for the largest privately held corporation in the world. So we did a lot of things from taxes to accounting to business finance, an array of things. So that's my background. And I decided during the pandemic, I'm done. I gotta go. I can't get. I
It's
don't know
a
if
wrap. I got to get
right.
out of Atlanta.
Right. I don't know if I can say the word on here anymore, if YouTube still has it banned or what, but I was not getting the jab, as you say. I was not doing that. So I said, you know what? It's time for me to go. It's been real. Everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, how would you leave, XYZ job, making XYZ money? You're so young. You're in your 20s. What are you thinking? And I'm
This
thinking,
the best
like,
time to leave.
right.
Goodbye.
Right. That's exactly what happened. So I exited. DJ said 29, but I was actually 27, I think. I was
Look,
27.
put some respect on your numbers. She said 27. Don't put me in the
27.
30. Put me in the 27.
Yes.
Um, here's the thing too, and what people don't understand is you can always get another job.
Yes.
People be like, "You gonna leave this good job?" I'll be like, "Yes, I
You
am
gonna
going
leave
to
these
leave it."
benefits, girl? What you
These
thinking? These
benefits,
benefits?
you can tell us the truth. If it was that how they was driving crazy in Atlanta, you had to get up out of there. You can tell us that was what it was. They didn't know how
So
to drive.
it was the drive. It was 100% the drive. I worked in downtown Midtown, and I lived in the suburbs of Atlanta that is now currently like booming. But at the time, they didn't have the expressway built. It was like an hour and a half drive, and it was just not for me.
Whenever
So
people be like, "I'm gonna move to Atlanta," I'm like, "Nah, are you really moving to Atlanta? Are you moving to Douglasville? Are you moving to Alpharetta? Where are you moving to? It
Alpharetta, there you
matters."
go. There you go. So it was just, they were trying to pressure us to do things. And I was like, you know what? And I always had that entrepreneurial spirit. I always like kind of did side hustles, I'm gonna sell some jewelry. I'm gonna sell different things, but I never took it seriously. I was like, I have the cushion of this corporate job and this money is good. And everyone says this money is good. These benefits are good. You're young. You should be lucky that you're doing this, So you hear all of these things in your head and, surrounding people telling you, oh, you're going to start a business. Do you know how many businesses fail? And you know what people say. So for me, it was like a fear to kind of like, just, let go of that security. Let go of the security was really, really one of those things. But once COVID came and they were like, you have to get vaccinated, I was like, no, that was the last straw for me. So I just left. Honestly, I just left. And I will give a disclaimer. I had a large sum of money saved. So I will never mislead anyone.
She was sleeping on racks and racks of money, is what she said. She got in her bathtub and counted her money like Scrooge Duck. She was like, I'm tired of this life. I'm out of here.
Right. But listen, Ericka, I did some bad things during that time. I'm not going to lie to you. I had that sum of money and I was just like, man, I've been working really hard, since college, since before college. And so I'm just going to live my life. So I was traveling.
Just tell him you was in Tulum the whole pandemic. Just go ahead and tell him I was in Tulum. I was in Mexico. I don't remember a thing.
I'm embarrassed to say. And then I was even worse with the fact that I was doing all of this on credit cards, on personal credit cards.
Yay. Listen, y'all know at the Classy Climb, y'all know what I be saying.
Yes.
You gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill
Yes,
out.
yes. So all on personal credit cards. So I'm like, I have this money saved, but who knows what's gonna happen in this pandemic? It was still early. No one knew. I don't even think we had gotten stimulus money yet because I left right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna live. I'm gonna use my credit card and I'm gonna keep my money saved just in case.
She out here like 100 bands. Why not? Get crazy with it.
Why not?
What they gonna do to me?
And what are they going to do? Until I was like, oh, shoot, back to reality. Like you said, you have to always come back to reality. I want to start a business. My credit score has went from 780 to 645 because of that utilization. The utilization was at like 90%, 95%.
Just 95%. Just
95%. 95%.
Not 100.
I'm just paying the minimum. 95. Just the minimum. So that's what I did. I just paid the minimum and I'm like, all right, so how am I going to start this business? Am I going to use my own money? And I was like, no, that's not going to work. But who's going to approve me with a 645 credit score? That's not going to happen with a brand new business. So I put the strategy in place because, again, I still have that business finance background. That's what I've done since I was 18. And I've had a credit score, honestly speaking, that was really great pretty much since I was 17 years old because I was grandfathered into good credit. So I will give that credit to those who helped me out. I walked in with good credit, got into, spending money on credit cards and messed it all up. Like,
listen, it happens. They pushed you off the shore and you started paddling wherever you wanted to. That happens. It happens.
Exactly. So come reel it back in now. And I'm like, all right, what am I going to do to start this business? I'm not going to use my own money. So I have to use business credit. This is really, really important. So what do I need to do? So I started like going to masterminds like you recommend. A lot of the advice you give on this channel is very, very true. I applied it. I love you for it. I love you for it, Ericka. I'm telling you, what you're saying is true because I applied it in my real life. I'm like, all right, I'm going to learn everything about business credit. I always knew I had acumen about personal credit. So how do I use personal credit to leverage and get business credit? So then I said, all right, let's put it to work. So I had this credit card for $15,000 that was maxed out. And I was like, all right, I got this emergency fund with a lot of money. What am I going to do? So I'm like, all right, let's do what's called a pledge loan. So a pledge loan, for those who don't know, is where you use your own money to secure a loan. They lock it up in a CD where it earns like a little bit of interest. But the power in that is they release that money to you.
In your hands, y'all.
They release the money to you, right? So what do? My credit card was $15,000. So I asked for a $40,000 loan. And even though I had a 645 credit score, I had a huge banking relationship for years, 14 years. And they said, all right, we see you have money. Let's go ahead and give you that loan. So what I did was I took that 15,000 out of that 40,000 and put it on that credit card automatically. Pay that off, get the utilization down. Then I used the remaining 25,000 and applied it to the loan. So now I have a loan that is more than halfway paid off. So what did that do for my credit score? It shot it up. Eventually 810 within like 2 or 3 months, from 645 to 810, because I have my credit card paid off, my utilization all the way down, and I have a loan showing as paid off more than 50%. See what I'm saying?
Now, everybody, did you catch that? If you caught it, drop a one in the comments and tell us how much business credit y'all are looking for in the chat. Just drop a number. Don't all say a million. Let's put some numbers in there, but let's not all say a million. So let's walk that back. You said, okay, I got a little money in savings. I know I can get a pledge loan. I know they'll just turn around and give me money right back. Let me try and do this.
Yes.
Were you studying at the time? Were you reading at the time? Or you just knew that that's how the pledge loan worked?
I was studying and I was reading. So I knew, full disclosure, like since I worked in the finance field for so long, I knew taxes and I knew personal credit. I did not know business credit at all. So I had to figure out how to bridge that gap. So that was the piece that I was missing. How do I turn this pledge loan into something beneficial for me on the business credit side? So that's where the gems really come in. That's where the keys really come in, because the thing about business credit is they look at your highest credit limit. Right? So if I'm saying I want a $25,000 credit card, I want a $30,000 credit card, I want a $40,000 credit card, I better have a credit line that is equal to that. Because what they do is when you go and get a business credit card, they look at what's comparable. You see what I'm saying? So if I ask the bank on the business side, hey, I want $25,000, they compared it to the fact that I had a $40,000 pledge loan and then a $25,000 personal credit limit, and they just matched it. They took the average. So that's the key. That's the thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about. I don't really hear it, but I have a lender that I actually have a personal relationship who told me, D, this is what you got to do. You got to get a credit line that is here 40, 30, 25 if you want 25 on the business side. So that's exactly what I did.
They mirror each other.
They mirror each other. So that was the key. So when I tell people, hey, I got a brand new business and I got $100,000 in 0% interest in less than 6 months, really, I say 6 months, but less than 6 months, they're like, you're lying. How? That's a brand new business. And I'm like, listen, you have to understand, you first have to have a credit limit that is mirrored, as you said, or equal to what you want. You need to have good personal credit. And then you need to go to a bank that's willing to bank with a startup or a new business. So those are the 3 key factors that you need. And you start to build a relationship right there with that bank. You hear on the internet a lot, oh, go to this card, that card, this card to get all this money. When in reality, I got $250K from 2 banks.
She just shot the windows out. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow. Listen, listen. This is something I'll be talking about. You come on YouTube, people like this card, this card, this card. I'm like, you need to find, and I'm in Texas, and y'all know I'll be telling y'all in the classes, find them local Texas banks and make those 1 or 2 places your best friend, right? A lot of times people think I got to run all around. We have students. Navy Federal. They got a Navy Federal card. Then they got a Navy Federal Business card. Then they got another Navy Federal card. So at one bank and one transaction, they have like 75,000 in cards.
Yes.
So imagine running around trying to get all that when you could just really deep dive into 1 or 2 banks. Again, that's something that really needs to be said. I thank you for saying that, because so many people are like, oh, I got to hit all these banks. It's like, you ain't got to do that. So say it one more time for the audience. Say it one more time.
I will say it one more time for the audience. The fastest and the most efficient way to get a large sum of business funding is by doing one relationship bank at a time. So the bank that I started with, I got $150K from them by themselves with no one else within 6 months. So what you want to do is you want to get their products. It's very important. All right, do I have their best checking account? I'm always going to go for a high yielding checking account. What does that do for you? It gets you more interest on your money. You know, the banks are not going to really give you much. However, that high yielding checking account is going to give you more than the regular account. And that's what I did. And you spoke about Navy Federal, and that's exactly what I did. I did it on my personal side, and then I also did it on the business side. That's really, really important. So instead of making the average, you get more. And there's actually a place that you can check that out where you can find what's the highest, bank that's giving the best percentages. So I'll go ahead and drop that a little bit later, but you can always do that. You can always bank with the bank that's willing to give the most.
Man, y'all, it took her less than 6 months to get her score from 640 to 810 by doing that pledge loan. Now, listen, Barbara down here, we got to pour out some liquor for Barbara. Barbara said it took her 8 years to raise her score from 524 to 787. My FICO score today is 720. I want y'all to curve the timeline of how long it takes you. Each credit is different. Each body's story is different. Everybody's situation is different. But I want you to be able to utilize credit to your betterment, right? So that we're able to make changes within a year or within 2 years or within 6 months, because it's possible. And sometimes it might take a thing or two. It might actually take a pledge loan or two, right? Get that change you need to bump you to where you're trying to go. So listen, Brandy put it, one relationship back at a time. So what are some things that helped you either partner with DJ, or just how'd you get into helping other people with their credit?
Yes. So actually, I'll start with how I partnered with DJ. I want to give you once again your flowers, because I would not know DJ if it was not for you, Ericka Williams. So your flowers.
Thank you for giving my flowers.
Yes,
Everybody.
yes.
You.
I would not know
Yes.
DJ if it wasn't for you.
Thank you.
So last year, I was watching one of your shows because I was heavy into this entrepreneurship thing by then. I'm like, okay, where am I going to get this money? Erica's like, okay, we got to start these businesses. We got to get this digital real estate, and we have to invest in hard assets, all of that. So I'm like, okay, I'm running the play with other people's money. I'm running it with other people's money. Never have I used my personal money at all. From day one, I started my business, completely funded my business with a business credit card, just like you always say, with a business credit card.
Yes.
And
come
in
to
1
the
year,
no.
yes, 1 year, that business has made me six figures from one business credit card for $25,000. So what I did was watch the show, and I saw DJ, and I was like, I'm in the finance field. I know a lot of this stuff, but he started saying things that I'd never heard of. And I'm like, what is this? What is he talking about? Solo 401k, you need to have a key man policy. What is all of these things? I never heard of this. So I joined the master class, got in there, went through the entire program. I went through the entire program, and he was in the master class, one of the master classes, and he was like, hey, if someone here has 12 months emergency fund, put it in the chat. And I'm like, I do. And he was like, how old are you? And at the time I was 29, and he was like, wait a minute, I need to see proof of this. What do you mean you have 12 months? He's like, no, not a savings account, but an actual emergency fund.
She said, I got bands on bands, DJ. I got bands on bands. Okay. It's me in the chat.
Right. So he did my full financial plan, my budget. He verified all of my income and, my credit, everything like that. And I really did have 12 months emergency fund. And he was like, you're so young. How is this? And I started explaining to him, like, my background in finance and, what I've been doing. So Zanzibar came about, and
Zanzibar.
Right. So Zanzibar came about, and he needed someone to plan the trip really quickly. There were some different things going on. So he called me. He's like, hey, I remember that you said you're a world traveler. And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, can you put these things together really quickly? And I said, sure. So I did. And I did it really quick. And, we had knew each other for a couple of months at that time. And I did really well with it. And so he was like, when he came back from Zanzibar, he said, hey, do you think you want to join the team? I said, sure. So I joined the team, and we started working together further and further. And he's like, okay, what are your dreams? What do you really want to do? And I said, I want to own a financial practice. That's what I want to do. So he said, okay, what do you do great? What do you do great? And this is something he talks about a lot.
Now, wait, before you back it up, girl. Wait a minute, you going fast? Hold on. I was making notes. Now, first of all, deep breath. Listen, she said medical practice. We're gonna go into that. First, back it up. Do y'all understand the power of attending one, a mastermind, masterclass, two, speaking up, three, being available for opportunity, and four, being able to open doors by your knowledge and what you have, the skills you are doing? Do y'all understand how that just played out? How she ended up going to a class as a participant and then now as part of a team and also planned a trip to Zanzibar. Y'all see how that works? Again, it's not about age, it's about willingness and capability. So he's older, but he's entrusting her to do what? Put together a trip to Zanzibar. Okay. So again, yeah, I want y'all to just pay attention to what the points in the story. Now, did you want to own a medical practice or like a medical spa
A
or a medical what?
financial practice.
Okay, financial practice. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Financial practice.
Mhm.
Yes. So I want to be securities license, and I'm actually in the process of doing that. So it was one of those things, and this is what's great about DJ and you to your compliment as well, Ericka, is that you highlight the people that are in your sphere, and that's how we grow. So for him, he's always looking for people that can be a part of this mentorship and then go on and do things together with cooperative economics. That's what we do, cooperative economics. So we started talking further and further, and he's like, okay, so what are you great at? Because I'm like, yeah, I want to do this business over here. I want to do Airbnb. I want to do Turo. I want to do this. I'm all over the place. Like, right, slow down. So I'm all over the place. And I'm like, I have the money. I have the credit. And he's like, just chill. What are you great at? So that's to DJ's benefit. He gave me direction. If it was not for him, this business would not even be in inception at all. And I said, okay, you know what I know really, really well? I know credit. I know finances really well. I can find the decimal point to a cent. That's what I've done for so long. So he said, all right, this is what you do. Show me what you've done for yourself. So I showed him, hey, I got 100K in business credit in this period of time, showed him all my financial statements, stuff like that. He's like, okay, would you be willing to do it for our members? And I said, I was a little bit hesitant at first. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, I don't know. I was a little nervous, kind of that self-doubt. And so he said, are you sure you want to do this? And I said, yeah. He's like, okay, so do it for one of our members. And that's how I got started. Just like that. So I had done it before for people that I knew personally, but I never done it for people that I didn't know.
Right. See, a lot of times people are like, oh, you did what? Now show me. And they're like, I can't show you. Sometimes I can't even teach my own family. I'll be literally putting other friends and family on the phone sometimes to help them because sometimes everybody can't learn the same way, if that makes sense. What's the most exciting part about this journey as far as like being able to help people get credit? Is it just being able to kind of carve out your own path, start your own business in this way?
Yeah. So I think the most exciting part is the approvals. So watching people now for the last year get these approvals and how it's changing their lives in the same way that it's changed my life. So for me, I tell people, if you cannot do it for yourself, then don't tell me. But if you can do it for yourself, now show me that you can do it for me too. So that's what this journey has been. This journey has been me. Go ahead.
Say it again. She said, you can't do it for yourself.
You can't do it for yourself, then you cannot really tell me. So I always start off with, here are my receipts. Here's my 800 personal credit score. Here's my $100,000 in business credit, now 250 on a brand new business, and I'm still paying 0% interest on these different credit cards. My lines of credit and my loans are at the absolute lowest APR that you can get because I know the techniques, and most importantly, I have relationships with the banks, personal relationships, not just I go into a branch. No, I know the back office people. I know the underwriters. I know the lenders. I have relationships with them. I work with them on a one-on-one basis. So that's been super exciting for me, working with businesses that are generating millions in revenue. and also working with businesses who are startups, who just know that they want to do something and they don't even have their entity formed yet. So helping throughout that process, seeing the array of different things. So if you're, like you would know, Ericka, if you're generating millions of dollars, you need to have profit and loss statements. You need to have
That QuickBooks done.
you need to have actual income statements. You need to be able to show that your assets, if you're getting equipment loans or whatever, that they're in your business's name. This actually matters if you're generating millions of dollars versus a startup. You just either need to have good credit or you need to be generating some income in your business. So just that whole journey of what it takes to get different businesses at different stages exactly what they need. It's been super exciting for me, helping to repair people's credit and changing their lives. Like this thing is real. It's honestly the best feeling ever.
You guys, the biggest thing about credit, a lot of people are like, oh, you guys keep talking about credit. You want to travel, you want to stunt on the ground. No, the biggest part about credit is being able to have a breathing room and flexibility in your choices. You ever go to work and there's people there at work, they don't want to be there. They don't have choices or they're in the dead up of their eyeballs, right? So a lot of times just having that 120K card, you know how many people I know who are real estate agents who had 120K credit card and it held them over for 3-4 months until they sold their first couple of homes.
Yeah.
That's the difference having a card can make, right? um but on the business side, when you have a business ideal and you can't execute your ideal fully because you don't have the finances, it's frustrating, right?
Very.
It's very much a handicap because you can't complete it like you want to. There are several people I know who started food trucks, but they got the food truck, they got the stuff, but they could not pay for the marketing. So it's like you're handicapped when you can't fully function or launch your business as you would like.
Yes, 100%. And there's people who come to me, Ericka, this is a true story. I have a few clients actually, and they have spent 40, 60, 80, $100,000 of their personal money. And they're like, they come to me in tears. Like I've had to console people because they're like, D, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm out of money. I'm underwater. If I don't figure out something tomorrow, I'm done. I've lost all my money and my business is not where it needs to be. That's a real thing. I would never recommend using your personal money to fund a business when there are so many different avenues that you can take to get business credit. It's not just one. It's not just one. And that's really important for people to understand that you don't have to use your personal money. It's just you haven't been told the proper options that you have available to you.
You guys know the biggest thing I want you guys to understand about this is we have a culture. And also, I know some Latino folks I know, hey, whatever I got in my pocket, I can start a business with what I got in my pocket. And that's some good energy. But there's a book called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. So what got them into the door won't keep them open. And again, a big thing I talk about is seasons in business. Right? People never plan for, hey, we have an ice cream shop. Well, maybe not many people gonna come November, December, January.
Right.
Oh, we have a juicy shop, or even Juice Land here in Texas. It's even Salada. It's a salad bar. It's a very nice salad bar. Well, they start making Instagram posts about we got soup too because it's the wintertime. People ain't caring about no abs in the winter. They ain't worried about no
Right.
salad. I was like, oh, well, they do got some soup. So I was like, I can go back over there. But you have to understand there's seasons to business. And a lot of people go out of business. They show pretty much 9 out of 10 go out of business because of finances, not because it wasn't a great ideal, not because it wasn't a great concept, not because it wasn't amazing. It was finances. There's a young lady who is here in Austin. Her name is, she has Cranky Grands. I hate to say it wrong, but she makes these amazing cinnamon rolls. She closed her location at the Domain. She went to an event that the slutty vegan owner had and was like, yo, I want to give this to you. I really want to be in one of your stores. I have vegan cinnamon rolls. I have all these options. And Pinky said yes. The
Yeah.
girl from Slutty Vegan said yes. So even though her shop just closed because of what? Finances, seasons in business, the connections and having opportunities also didn't mean her business wasn't great. It just means sometimes people aren't prepared for the seasonal ups and
There
downs.
you go. You just said it. I have a what we call a deal flow. So that kind of goes into, you just segue into what I really am using business credit for now. which is to invest in other businesses and invest in real estate.
Bam.
And as you said, I have two businesses that I'm involved in. One of them is actually cash flowing $1 million, but they're at that scale point. So, they're international. They need payroll. They need money for payroll. So that was kind of what DJ spoke to in the opening commercial. I helped to actually fund the deal to get them payroll. So now I have ownership in that business that's 8A certified, that is going to do millions and millions and millions of dollars. You understand? So having that credit available has now opened up for me to be an owner in a business that's probably going to do $10-15 million in the next 2 years, if that. So
Perfect. I mean, listen, you guys, there are some people I know make money and become angel investors. It's technically what she's talking about. But she's also invested in the company. You guys ever go to Shark Tank? People like, we'll give you for 10% equity. Yada yada yada, right? This is what she's talking about. She's being paid in what? Equity. Pay me in equity, y'all.
yes,
Right? People we need
pay me in
help.
equity.
Pay me in equity.
Yes, which also is cash flowing for me. So that kind of segues into what we need to do in the recession. This is super 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 important. You need cash flow in the recession. DJ talks about this a lot too. We actually played the game cash flow to understand how the economy really works. We're thinking, okay, we got this high paying job or even this high revenue generating business, but do you have cash flow? Do you have passive income like you speak to with digital real estate? Passive income. It's high and low, there's ebbs and flows, but it's passive. You can now use your time to do something else, like look for another deal, whether that be real estate, other businesses. You creating this passive income. These people are running these businesses. The only thing that I do is the books on the business, make sure all the numbers are adding up. Outside of that, I put my money into it and that's it. They run it. I have nothing to do with it. That's a way to use credit.
it is quite a way. Listen, you guys, I know a young lady, and I'm trying to disguise her information some, but she invested 25,000 into someone's crypto cryotherapy, not crypto, sorry, cryotherapy business, and was able to be paid back. And so what ends up with some lump sum, right? But what happens is we can't even be in a position to loan because we're not in a position to loan from ourselves, right?
Right.
So a lot of time you have to think that way. And what are some things that people can do when they're working with y'all? You're helping them get credit. Can they get mentorship? Can they get some help on how they're starting their business? Do you help them a little bit with that? What all do you guys do?
Yeah, so definitely. So with us on the credit side, even if you haven't started your business yet and you just want to invest in real estate and you're like, "Hey D, I don't even have a business." I'm going to help you form your business, or I'm going to actually refer you to one of our partners who's a CPA, who's licensed and certified to form your business for you. Get your business formed. Then what we're going to do is what I call the fundability test. There's a checklist that I actually have that is going to maximize your funding. So you set up your business properly from day one to get the maximum funding so that you're not making the same mistakes that maybe I did or someone else did. So instead of getting 100K, you could possibly get 150, 200, because you're actually bypassing all the mistakes that were made because I now know them. I know, okay, these lenders right here, I work with these lenders. These lenders look for this, 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 this. So we're going to set up your business just like that. Then we're going to get you the funding. That's super important. You need to be able to, one, not ruin your personal credit. That's another thing I want to speak to. And this is not anything against those who do these big companies and things like that. But in the process of them getting people funding, they trash their personal credit. And that's one thing a lot of people don't talk about neither. So maybe it's because people actually get the money. They're like, oh, I don't care anymore. But what happens when you need more money? You see what I'm saying?
What happens when you do the 90-day re-up? They like, wait a minute, what's going on with this credit?
Exactly. Exactly.
You want a credit line increase? What's going on with this dumpster fire behind you?
Exactly. And that was one of the keys, actually, Ericka, to me getting so much in such a short period of time, every 90 days, they were automatically increasing me by $5,000, $10,000 on their own. I didn't ask them for that. They did it. So that's really important to make sure that when you're with these big companies or whoever you go with, or even if it's from yourself, you're not trashing your personal credit in the process, because that's another thing people don't talk about. So for me, it's coming from a professional standpoint. I can't do anything illegal. I can't do anything that's going to trash your credit, because it's more important for me to actually get you the funding that you need to start your business, but also be able to invest in yourself. So you need to be able to have access to more credit later, so that you can go get a property, or you can invest in a deal, or you can expand your business. So it's how you look at it. It's very important on how you look at it and what you really want to do with it. Some people want a quick money grab. I'm not the quick money grab.
Don't do it. Listen, it's the mindset, y'all. This is the problem. This is something Myron Golden said that was super cool. Why do poor people remain poor? Poor people think you go to work to pay your bills. So they think you get money to pay your bills, to give your money to somebody else. That's why you go to work. Not because you want to, not because something you enjoy, not because it's a career, to pay bills. Middle class people go to work so they can have some nice credit, so they can buy a house, buy a car, all on credit, and pay what? The credit man, right? Rich people say, how can I get this money and make this money work for me? How do
Yes.
I make my money go out of my hands and work for me? And so if y'all can just get that little bit of mindset, how can we make this money work for us? Your life might change. Your life might change.
It changed my life in 1 year, Ericka. A year ago, I was unemployed, barely
Relieved from the Cancun, living the Mexico life, margaritas.
relief from the Mexico life. Like, I've been wanting to start this business for several years. What do I do next? Turned on YouTube, literally. And I wasn't one of these people prior to watching your show. Turned on YouTube, started watching your show, saw DJ on there, and it spoke to me. And it literally, all of these things happened in 1 year. 250 in credit at 0% interest in 1 year. Making a six figures in my business that I just started 1 year ago, in 3 or 4 different investments that are cash flowing me 4 to 5 figures in 1 year, all from this same credit. All of this came from this one place, all of it. So the thing is, with being a part of the 7 spheres of money, DJ the money coach, the plenty of the money, peace of mind mindset, and the movement, is that it's not just let's get credit, or it's not let's just increase your income. It's how do we take this and now become financially free with it? How do we get into deals? How do we practice cooperative economics? How do we invest in businesses that are amazing businesses, but they have a cash flow issue? How do we then take those same businesses and introduce them to developers across the pond and allow them to make 5-10 million more dollars? Access, mentorship. That's what we do. So you're not just going to get the credit. You're then going to, okay, this is what you have. You have the credit. Okay, what are the assets that we can put you in the next 90 days? Where can we use this credit or use this money to make more money in 90 days? Very, very, very important. That's exactly what I did. So when building business credit, there should be a strategy behind it. It shouldn't just be, let me get business credit. Okay.
Let me get this business credit and do what?
And sit on it for 18 months and let that, or 24 months and let that 0% interest run out. No, that's not what you do. What you should be doing is saying, okay, I want to invest in real estate. A lot of people who watch your channel want to invest in real estate. All right, how can I invest in this real estate? Can I use a business credit card to fund all of this? You probably can. Honestly, you can use Plastique to, liquidate the credit card, or you can even use Milio to pay all the contractors, every single cost. So now you've paid for the credit card, you paid for the house or the property on a credit card. Then you're going to rehab the house on a credit card by paying the contractors. All of that with one credit card, or maybe a couple, if you do it the right way.
Listen, I be telling people, how do you think people got in San Antonio and Detroit and Cleveland buying a $35,000 house, $40,000 house, putting $30K in rehab in it? turn around, refinance it. You know what I mean? They kept making the money move. Even if they got 100K, they kept making the money move. Now I'm gonna
Yes.
show. Can I show some of your testimonials? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Go
Okay.
right ahead. Sorry, I
Okay.
get to rolling.
We get excited. It's okay. All right. Let me see here. I'm pull it up here.
Hauser, co-founder and CEO of Paving Great Futures. Want to give a huge shout out to DDHW for our consulting on credit repair and credit management. The information that we learned was truly invaluable. This is a huge asset to our company, and look forward to continue growing with it.
I got one more, y'all. One more.
My name is Valerie Bridges. I am a real estate investor and a short-term rental property manager, and I'm looking to expand my business. I was first introduced through a mutual business associate, and I've had my first consultation with her, and I'm very excited to be working with her and her team. She's very knowledgeable and passionate about helping others reach their personal and business financial goals. And I know that once I have completed her hybrid program, that my business will be very successful.
All right, now listen. So the link I'm putting in the chat, you guys, is a way that they can join the masterclass. Now, there's got some questions. Y'all make sure y'all put your questions in the chat. I'm gonna definitely put them up on the screen for her, see if she wants to answer a few of them. What will you be teaching in this mastermind coming up? What day is
Yeah,
it?
so in this masterclass, I'm literally going to break down how I went from zero to $100,000 in business credit in less than 6 months. And not only that, if you are someone who's serious about it, you really want to do this, you've been looking for a way to actually start investing, how to really start getting involved, we can onboard you into an asset. Because a lot of people, they say that this is what they're doing, like you said, Ericka, a lot of times, but there's people who do it in real life. So in real life, you have this credit, now you know how to get it, or I obtain it for you, or however you choose to go about it. Now what are you going to do with it? How what access do you have to be involved in real estate investments, or buying businesses, or buying property, whatever it is you choose to do? How do you do that? So the masterclass is exclusively on business credit. Exclusively, we're going to go step by step by step. We're going to look at your personal credit, because personal credit is the foundation for business credit. If you hear people say, yeah, I got $1 million in credit, they're not lying. It's not always,
It's
people.
so many people with that real big money online, and they're all lying. No, literally, there are people with 50 cards, and every card's got 20K line of credit.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yes, that's very true. Ericka, every card that I have is 25, 30, 40K. I only have like 5 cards, or maybe 6, a line of credit and a loan. That's all I have. I'm not one of those people out here with 1,000. I'm going to be very full disclosure. I go for, let me tell you, this is a gem. This is a big gem. You want to invest in real estate, right? And you may not have the credit score, or you're like, oh, it's going to be too hard to liquidate this card. What can you do? You got good credit. You can get an $80,000, $60,000 personal loan. Get a business credit card that allows you to do balance transfers at 0% interest with a 3% fee. You get that personal loan and balance transfer it to a business credit card. You understand what I'm saying? You understand the power of what you just did? You turn credit into cash in less than 10 days. And you get 100, 200, 300 if you do it maybe 4 times. Utilizing and leveraging your personal credit. A lot of people don't understand that this is a big deal. This is what I've done to invest in Zanzibar. I got a personal loan, balance transferred it into a credit card, and now my credit score is still 815, and my
Y'all. Skynet won't let us be great. Skynet won't let us be great, y'all. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, you guys, in the chat, I'm putting their link for their webinar, their masterclass. Y'all know Skynet won't let me be great. So let me wait for her to come back on. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Long story short, here is D Brown. I have large credit card limits like personal credit cards. Can I get a business credit card without owning a business? I have 50K with BOA. You would need with BOA, you would need an EIN number. You would need LLC documentation. You would need a business. Yes. If not, you can just focus on getting more personal credit if that is your choice. Let us see if you can get back in. D Brown, what are the recommendations to get 50,000 on BOA? Congratulations. Again, sassy class we talked about in the beginning of this video is a lot of times the bank accounts mirror your already open limits. So if you have a 20K, you're probably more likely to get 20K. If you have 30, 40K of cards, you're more than likely to get that. Now, D may get just one 50K card, and then now every card she opens after that, it starts mirroring that. So again, this definitely happens. You guys drop a one in the comments if you can hear me. Drop a one in the comments if you can hear me, making sure. Oh, we got somebody being salty in the chat. We're not even going to give you time to talk. We're just going to block you out there. There you go. Have a great day. Hello. Did you make it back?
I
Are
did
you
make
alive?
it back. I think a plane flew over and knocked out my signal. I'm so sorry about that, Ericka.
She said she in the Bahamas. She busy right now. Y'all get out of here. I'm in the Bahamas. A plane flew over my room. Oh no. I'm sorry.
Yes. So I'm sorry. I don't know where I cut off at, but I was just saying that, there's so many different ways to kind of skin a cat. Like a lot of people don't maybe don't know strategies, don't know, techniques, or are weary of, everyone's a scam, everything's a lie. I'm not exactly sure, but I can only speak to what I've done for myself and what I do for my clients on a daily basis. I think digital real estate is amazing, but I'm not a person who comes from social media. I do this in the real world, and now I'm bringing it to social media because I think it's important to inform our people of the options that they have, like you do on a daily basis. That's really, really, really
Girl,
important.
only for a little while. I'm about to be out of
Only
here.
for a little.
Listen, when this loan for this apartment complex come through, I'm gone.
Listen,
I'm
Ericka,
out, y'all.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
I'm building properties. Y'all can come check me on the job site. I'm gone. Y'all got me for a good 25 more days. We waiting. You lucky these loan officers is busy during this holiday season. Anyway, but yeah, what she's saying is right, y'all. I'm telling you, I want y'all to understand these banks. They're your friends if you want to
They
act right.
are,
One or two.
especially if you have relationships and you use the right banks. Like there's so many, for example, if you're someone who was like me in corporate America, in tech, you will stick specifically with tech. You have banks like First Tech that will loan you $100,000. Easy, easy. I'm telling you, there is so many strategies. There's so many banks. There are, of course, the big banks. I won't name the names, but there are the big banks. But there are also the smaller banks, or the banks that you may not hear about on YouTube, that are giving out 50, 100, 150. My client right now, who makes $2 million in revenue, I'm about to get him a 0% interest business credit card for $500,000 on one card.
Say it again for the haters on the internet.
My client, who makes $2 million in revenue, is about to get a 0% interest business credit card for $500,000 in 18 months, interest free. This is not a gimmick. This is not a maybe. We are in the underwriting process right now. Just like that.
Sorry, I had to go pick up the microphone off the floor. She dropped it. She said, you guys, this is what I want you to understand. Half the banks you see talked about to death on YouTube. If you're in my classes, you know what I've told you. Go to your local area and look for banks that ain't they with the farmers banks, they with the merchants bank. They only got 4 or 5 branches. They really be throwing that cash because they keep their clients or special clients. Here in Austin, Texas, honey, we got 1 or 2 banks. They only got 1 or 2 branches. You go in there, people in there coming out with 100,000, 200,000. I got a bank relationship right now that during the PPP, this bank got on the list, and I was like, I ain't never heard of this bank. Let me go over there and open up an account. So I go over there, open up an account during the PPP, and my PPP goes through them. And all of a sudden, she's like, they called me every week. They call me every week. They say, hey, we're just trying to see what products and service we can help you with, Miss Williams. I was like, well, thank you. Call me again the next week. I'm like, okay, what y'all want? But literally, their branch manager was like, if you want 150, come on through. Like these banks, in order to stay competition, what do you call it? What do you call it when they're like in the
Competitive.
fight? Competitive. There you go.
Mhm.
They have to come up with some monies for y'all. They got to come up with some
Yeah.
monies for y'all. So someone asked in the comments, how can they get money off these cards? Will you be teaching that in the master class?
Yeah, I will actually drop some gems in the master class. There are ways to get money off the cards. There's so many. There's actually a new way that I just found, I think a couple of days ago, because I do a lot of financing now. So I financed someone's Airbnb and they needed to do it a certain way. And I just found
She
a
said she
brand
flew them in. They got flued out by you. Come to me.
they got flued out by
Come to
me.
get to me.
And speaking of flued out, Ericka, so remember back in the story when I was talking about traveling the wrong way. So this is another thing about why business credit. And I have to listen, I'm going to preach business credit all day, every day, not because it's my business, but because it changed my life. I left the corporate world. I make more money now. I have investments now, and I am living a completely different life. I'm living the pom pom lifestyle, plenty of money and peace of mind,
Peace of
truly. And I'm
mind.
30. I'm 30. So you guys can do the same thing, but with these business credit cards. So let's just say you're a person, you're not into all this investment, and you're just trying to live a certain type of lifestyle, because there's certain people who want lifestyles, right? So you get these cards who benefit that lifestyle. So like you said, in 2 weeks, I'm actually leaving the country again, and it's all expenses paid by my business credit card, flights, hotels, rental cars. I have platinum status. Not only do they pay for my lifestyle and my travel, and I travel everywhere. I'm gone every month, every other month. But they pay for
Flued
my
out.
business equipment too. I just bought 2 laptops that my credit card paid for. So you have to look out for, you should not be using any type of credit that's not paying you. My credit pays me in cash, it pays me in rewards, it pays me in lifestyle things. There's techniques to all of this stuff. Just like you have people who are like extreme couponers, you can be an extreme business credit card rewards person.
Y'all, listen. There's a couple questions. We're gonna answer them. We're gonna wrap it up. But listen, someone said, can you have business accounts with several banks using one single business? Please tell her, D.
Yes, ma'am. And I 100% recommend having multiple accounts. So you heard me say back in the uh live that you should only do relationship banking with one bank at a time. What that means is go after credit with one bank at a time. But I have 6 different business bank accounts, and they're all going to pay me. I'm just going to do them all at one, at different times. But yes, to answer your question, you can have multiple business checkings accounts, savings accounts, credit cards with different institutions. And I actually recommend that because you're only federally insured up to a certain amount of money. And I believe that's $250,000. So you want to make sure that you diversify that money coming in and out of those accounts.
Listen, y'all. There's so many things I can say. There's so many things I can say. A lot of times people can buy cheap property. They can do several things with these cards. Don't limit yourself. Here's one person said, Malcolm said, I am sorry. I just foreign filed my LLC to Florida, California, and Texas to get some more cars. The money is out there if you're willing to do some work. Um, they asked, when is the webinar?
Okay, so it's actually going to be next week. So it's going to be next week on Wednesday. So we are going to go deep into this. I'm telling you, we're going to talk about personal credit. Again, I'm going to say that to death. Personal credit, so that we can get you to a point where you don't have a card less than 25,000. Just like me, I don't own a 10,000 card. I don't have those. How you really get to these $1 million and $500,000 is by having cards that's 50, 25, 100 on one, because there are so many techniques and things that banks look for. And I won't go too far into that on this live, Ericka, just because I want to be in respect of your time. But you definitely want to be tuned in so we can get that personal credit straight, then go after the business credit. Like I said, I got 100,000 in 6 months. You can possibly get 2 in 6 months because I made mistakes along the way because I was learning and I didn't have the personal relationships that I have now. I didn't know these underwriters and these lenders, and I have huge relationships with 2 of the biggest banks in the United States. So this is something that you can benefit from. This is access. This is mentorship. So for being on the Classy Climb, I'm offering this to you guys. This is a better offer than I had on Black Friday. And this is for you, Ericka, to say thank you for having me on your platform. And because of you, I know DJ. And this is for your people and for you, because I'm giving away more now than I did on Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Man, listen, y'all. Plumber to payday. We're gonna help plumber payday out real quick. We're gonna answer this question and kind of wrap it up. My LLC is generating revenue and can show a P&L 1 year in business, but my personal credit isn't good. But I'm offered loans from card processing companies. I would say don't take those, but go ahead.
I
You
would
get
say
it.
don't take those neither, because guess what? They're going to always offer you at the worst terms. Because let me tell you what banks look for. And I'll wrap this up, Ericka. But banks look for people who can barely qualify and they know are going to pay, but they can give them a crazy interest and crazy terms. They don't really want the people with the best credit because they know that they have to have lower interest rates and better terms. So do not take those offers. Fix that credit. We'll talk about that in the masterclass, or we can talk about it in the consultation and then get the best offers. Why would you get 18%, 20% when you can get 0%? Or if you're going after a loan, you can get 8%, 6%.
So listen, plumber payday. Yes, this is a $97 course offering. You guys, this is not a Classy Climb course. This is a actual DJ the Money Coach offering. This is a webinar for next Wednesday on credit. Definitely check this out. Hit the link, find out the information, see if it fits for you. But if I were you, plumber payday, I would get in their webinar, get their training, because there's a few things you can do to mess around with your personal credit. I'm just let them review it for you. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I want you to go over there and check it out. But at the end of the day, you guys, some of this stuff can change in 6 months. It can change in 90 days. It just depends on what's on there. It depends on what's holding you back. And then sometimes, let's say you got cash flow coming in. Let's say you got 10K from a job you did. Can you take that 10K and go open up a pledge loan?
Mm-hmm.
And then pay it off 95%. So you got that bump.
There you go. Just like I did.
Little tricks.
Ericka, my credit was fixed in 30 days. 30 days. That's all it took. 30 days. And that could be you. If you guys are watching that, there's nothing that I did that I haven't done for someone else. I'll give you an example. There's someone who had 500 personal credit score. And their issue was they had a lack of credit. So what did we do? We took 60 days, got them to about 805 because they just needed a few things. So like you said, it's all about analyzing what your situation is and applying the techniques. This is not we're going to do some hack overnight type. This is, okay, let's analyze your report. I'm an analytical person. I'm an auditor. That's my industry. So let's analyze what you have going on. What is your real situation now? Okay, let's apply the principles and take it into action. You can be a 30, 60, 90-day person, but you may be a 6 to 12 month person. So it all depends. We gotta analyze your actual situation.
It just depends, and a lot of y'all go out there and them car lots run up them credits with 150 inquiries, and I'll be like, yo, quit that right now, stop it. Okay, so now you waiting for 2 years for all them inquiries to fall off. Like, there's ways we can do to work with you. So I just wanted y'all to have opportunity here, because some of y'all might do a pledge loan or two, or might open up 2 or 3 lines of credit, building your personal credit, and boom, 90 days later you're qualified for other things. So thank you so much for your time. D, where can they find you on these internet streets?
So Ericka, listen, I will admit I'm a classy climber too. So I heard about this, digital real estate thing. So I actually just started a YouTube channel. And so you all could definitely check out the YouTube channel. It's Financially Free D. And I actually have a huge giveaway going on. And if you want to get more personal and you want to act fast and you want to get straight to being recession free in 2023, you can click that link down below. It's going to the bundle and you get 2 consultations, you get a master class and an ebook. So I'm giving it all away because, again, I want to help our people. I work with small disadvantaged businesses. I'm a contractor, by the way, to doing that. So for me, it's not just about, all right, what's the most money I can get? Really, it's about how many people can I help, because we then practice cooperative economics from there. So if Ericka has good credit, I have good credit, Malcolm has good credit, like Ericka said, now we can go in on $1 million deal if we each bring, a certain amount to the table. That's what we do. That's
So
the DJ Money Coach way.
so say it one more time for the people. What's in the bundle?
Okay, so in the bundle, we have 2 consultations. So what we're going to do is you can choose to have that one consultation for 30 minutes, or you can have 2 consultations for 15 minutes. You're going to have a master class exclusively on credit, as well as a free ebook, all in this package, which is thousands of dollars. I'm not just saying this. I really sell it for that. But just for thanks to Ericka for introducing me to DJ, like I said, I'm giving it to you guys for being on the platform for the first time, just for $97. That's what we're doing here. I want to help the people. Let's get free in 2023. Come live that pom pom lifestyle.
Y'all, we gonna get out of here, but I wanted to let y'all know this is really listen. This is how a lot of people that we see that we think they got all this money, they doing all this stuff. This is how they're doing it. They got three cars for 30,000 a piece, and now they got 90K in cards, and now they can keep building or flipping or redoing one or 2 houses a quarter every 90 days, every 6 months. People live like this. So they were asking, does the
Yes.
master class include business credit conversations too?
Yes. So it's gonna be about personal credit and business credit.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a deep dive. We're trying to get you to, as DJ says, the coveted 800 credit score, but I'm trying to get you to at least 100K in business credit. And again, if you have challenged personal credit or you have a business that supports, you can use trade lines. And we're going to talk about that. There are such things as net 30s and things that can benefit certain types of businesses. And everyone thinks, oh, these are supplies that I can't use in my business, not knowing you can buy gift cards. And then you can turn around and use that gift card and pay off the trade line and then get a business credit score built for you and start using alternative lenders. I mean, there's so much. There's so many things that we're going to touch on in the masterclass and or in the consultation. I say get the bundle. I will never do this price again. This is literally for you, Ericka, and it's my birthday this month. It's actually
Happy
in 2
birthday!
weeks.
So
I'm
listen. What's your December, baby? What day is the December?
the 14th.
Oh my goodness, girl.
The 14th.
So long the story short, she has my okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, y'all. She has my dad's birthday, y'all. So salute to you. Salute to you. My dad is rest in peace, but you have my dad's birthday and you have someone significant to my heart's birthday. So, anyways, you guys, I'm excited. Somebody's already purchased. Congratulations. Listen, check it out, y'all. She's a classy climber. I love when people actually take the digital real estate and make it real. Do it in real life. Listen, if you want to email me, you can call me later after the show. Let me know. You guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classy Climb Blog, and close us out and tell them where they can find you.
All right, guys, I'm Financially Free D. So I am the business credit queen, and not because I'm just going to teach you how to get business credit, because we're going to teach you how to actually develop cash flow with that business credit. So again, you can find me in the link down below to schedule your consultation and an invite to the masterclass. You can also find me on YouTube at Financially Free D. I have a corporation that you all will see is DDHW. I am a real business. I have a business finance background, and I want to take you guys to financial freedom in 2023 and live the pom-pom lifestyle. Thank you so much, Ericka, for having me here, and I appreciate you very much.
I love it. Yes, everybody. All right, you guys, this is your girl Ericka. See you later. Hold on a second, D.